Hello.
Hi. Hey, hi, hello. Howdy. This is Damn Fine TV.
Um,
This is Damn Fine TV goes to the movies.
but RIL for the first time ever, not just recording a vid pod, but to the actual movies.
Oh my God, it was our first movie together ever. The first time we went to a movie.
Honestly, stop
It's
it.
the first time we ever went to a movie together.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, I don't know if we can we tell from the two
Oh,
hello. Hi.
and
Like, wait, yeah,
this
like
is
can we
just so. Oh, you put your hand over now too.
I guess we
Look,
can't
there
move
we
this
are.
on camera.
It's fine.
That's why I wanted the other angle with both of us, you know?
But you,
Listen, if you could see the BTS, we've been setting up for a long time trying to get the camera angles right, trying to get the volume on the mic right so that we
yeah.
can bring you quality content. But I swear we're in the same room. Like this is my hand.
Oh, look. I mean, hello. Oh, we should put our. Oh no, like, will we even be able to hook our?
Is it
Honestly,
on the camera? Is
we're.
it on
I
the
know
camera?
it doesn't matter. It's there. Okay. It's. Listen. The main thing that you need to
Look,
be worried about
listen.
is would this whole bookcase be visible if we weren't like in the same room?
The camera's Look, next
Listen.
time we will have a third camera where it's a shot of both of us.
I listen.
This is what we could, I almost said afford. This is what we could afford right
This is
now,
what we
okay?
could afford mentally, and
It's 10 p.m. It's
this
10
is
p.m.
what's gonna
and
have
we're
to be
in a
just
warehouse, okay?
that.
They are shipping
Love
us
that.
across country and
Yeah.
making us record.
And
Who
what
are they? We don't know.
and how much could one banana cost, really?
Michael. Okay, the point is, this is Damn Fine TV. I'm Jay.
And I know.
Welcome.
Welcome. Oh
It's
my gosh.
When did we even record I mean, aside from you, maybe people know us now from Severance Peaks because we've been busy with the old Sevy Peaks gang.
That's right.
So that's the last time we recorded together was for that.
Yes.
But when was the last Damn Fine episode?
I'm thinking it was Sissy. I know.
No way.
I think so.
Holy moly.
I think
Yeah, because I
so.
guess I did a couple of like just solo episodes, but
Hmm.
yeah, okay, wow. So that's like a year ago? It has to be because we also were doing Long Legs and Maxine, and that was last summer.
And we did Lisa Frankenstein. And I think
I think that
that
was last summer.
and then it was honestly it
And
was
then,
Severance Peaks.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that kind of
we were busy with that.
well, yeah, that went to the front of the
Whoa.
queue. I know. I know.
Okay. But we haven't even said what I mean, you clicked on the
Oh,
video, you know what you're watching. We're here to talk about weapons.
honestly, work.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great first movie to come back to, I think.
Totally agree.
I'm really excited about this because so I saw this solo first a couple nights before,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about the minute the film ended, I texted Mel's and was like, we absolutely have to go before it leaves theaters. Like this has to be our first movie together. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
And then so when you and I are sitting there in the theater watching it together, I already told you this, but I didn't want to tip Mel's off that there was going to be a good part, but I wanted to see her reaction. So I was like leaning back and like trying to like look from the corner of my eye like, oh my God, is she liking it? Is she liking it? Is she liking it? And I was seeing like jaw dropping. I was seeing like stunned reactions. So I was like, okay, she's loving this. This is great.
Officially into it.
Yeah. Well, I think I like when the movie ended, I looked over at you and you just sort of sat there for a couple of minutes, like just staring. And then you're like, that was good.
Honestly, too stunned to speak.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will say this, while they are vastly, wildly different films for I don't even need to list the obvious reasons why. The last time I did that, though, was like when I finished up Nosferatu. It was
Mm.
for
Mhm.
obviously different, but it was the same thing for me where I needed a full, like, what, 2 or 3 minutes of like processing because I loved it like that much.
Yeah, we sat there for a couple minutes. Yeah.
I mean,
And then both of us just kept saying, obsessed, obsessed with this movie, in love with this movie for so
I
many
I
reasons.
was like, to be frank, I think I should have purchased, Or like we should have purchased the immediate next showing and just not gotten up.
It's like Thor, another.
Another Thor, love you. Yes, exactly that though. I think it needs to be said that I know probably for this the same for you actually. I think we talked about this that aside from the poster
Oh,
and
yeah.
a teaser,
Yeah.
I knew nothing.
Nada.
And if you have been able to not only see it yet, which I don't think you would be clicking on the
Actually,
full reaction
right
yet.
now, please go away and watch it
Yeah.
because what exactly for why Mel's or for what Mel's
Yes.
is about to say.
The least that you can go into it being aware of, there nothing can replace that experience of just having no clue other than some kids went missing,
Yeah.
which that's on the poster.
No, and it really, it's almost not even about the kids, to be quite honest.
No.
Hopefully you've already gone away
But do
because
you think it's about the
spoilers
bunny?
now.
I don't
Oh,
know. There's
is
no,
it?
well, is there a bunny? That was the little bit of time just in case you were like, I'm gonna hang around because I'm not gonna go see it. Leave. We gave you a
Oh,
bunny like intermission. Now go.
bunny intermission.
I don't know.
Okay, yes. Know nothing about this film before you see it, and it's because it like until pretty much the end, I'm like, what are we even doing here? And
Hmm.
but in the best way. Like I loved not understanding where we were going to at any time in this film. Like, okay, so I say it's not really about the kids because to me, this was just actually a story about a couple of people, what was it, like five or six people, the chapters in the story, maybe seven, I'm not sure. It was a handful of people that live in this town that happen to be involved or even on the peripheries in James's case, kind of, right? I mean, I guess he did find them kids, but like just about a couple of people that live in this town, and so we're kind of caught up in the time that these kids
Hmm.
went missing.
Yeah,
But it's kind of not really about the kids until the end.
literally.
So it's just this whole it's just a beautiful story. It's really good storytelling. If you don't know, it is by the same person that wrote and directed Barbarian,
Mhm.
which once you know that, you're like, right, this guy's doing stories differently.
Mhm.
Like if you haven't seen Barbarian, maybe let's not say anything, but
But leave again. No, I'm just kidding. Stay here.
bye.
But actually, perchance, stay tuned. Maybe a barbarian video.
Please.
I mean, now that we're together,
Yeah.
I know we've both seen it, but now that we're together,
Yeah.
why not
Yeah.
watch it
Yeah.
together?
I would
Oh,
love to.
I
I
would.
haven't rewatched it.
I haven't either. Well,
Okay.
that just,
Well,
well,
seals the deal.
put it
Yeah.
on the, put it on my tab, put it on the list.
The only thing that I feel like is anywhere close to this for me was Strange Darling, just in terms of the way of approaching the storytelling. But even that was like more Kill Bill than this is. This is
Absolutely.
really just like intertwining stories. There's also something kind of Stephen King-ish about it to
Hmm.
me. And I don't know if it's just because I'm surrounded by so much Stephen King.
What?
But I mean, I guess you can't tell it from my side, but you can tell it from else.
Uh,
Um, but just the intertwining of the stories and the
mhm.
way that these like I wanted to say seemingly disparate, but I don't even think they're that disconnected. Like these people were connected otherwise, but just the way that things came together, it was so intriguing and like just filling in all the gaps in different ways. I don't know. It was engaging start to finish.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, literally. And yeah, like what I love about it is obviously it's different POVs, but like in each POV, though, there's an intersection of
Hmm.
like the prior character you
At least
just.
one other person.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and another thing, I know I told you like right after we got out of the theater, what I loved too about the POV perspective is the other characters, like those actors, and you also didn't see like it was the back of their head.
Right.
As
Yeah.
like when you're seeing Justine, Ruth, I don't know shit about fuck. No, I don't know Ozarks. Anyway, Julia
Oh,
Garner.
see, I know her from The Americans, and
Okay.
she's so good in that.
I I love her. Like,
She's great.
yes.
Yeah.
But anyway, like when are in her POV, like you see the back of like Josh Brolin or Archer's head.
Yes.
And I love that there were no other main characters like in the POV from that perspective of it, I guess, right? Because
Yeah, or that you like get to see different sides of things. Like I almost want to compare it to The Affair, which is not fair because The Affair was not as good as this film.
oh hell no, but
But the way that The Affair played with perspective and like
mhm,
showing something slightly different from everybody's
mhm.
POV. Now, I don't think this was the same in like that unreliable narrator kind of thing, but
No.
like just the fact of what you're saying, like in Justine's perspective, we're getting one angle of things, and then in the next person's story, we're getting a different angle
Mhm.
of things. Even when is it Marcus? Is Marcus the
Principal,
principal?
yes.
Even like when he's running after her, which I think is in Archer's story
Yeah.
initially, right?
Hmm.
You're kind of like, wait, who the fuck is that?
Well, it took me a minute
Yeah.
because I was like, hold on, is that the prince?
Honestly, on
What?
first watch, it wasn't until we got to Marcus's story. But there's something I love about that too, how we go back to when
Yeah.
Gladys just first appears at Marcus's door.
Doors.
Well, and there maybe
Dude,
even before.
he,
Stoop,
the st
the stoop.
oh oh Marcus.
Marcus.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, all roads lead back to
Yeah,
Severance.
you know.
Good Lord.
Uh,
Okay. So,
anyways.
uh, I I don't I don't know if there's enough like I don't know if I have all of the vocabulary to talk about like how much I loved this though. I mean even because I know we talked about too it having that like quote unquote long legs vibe
Mm-hmm.
where you're kind of
Mm-hmm.
like you're not spoon fed. There's plenty of like ambiguous things. Like, do we know why Gladys was doing what Gladys was doing? Well, yeah, but no. But also, do we
But
even
like
know if
not at
Gladys?
all.
No, but do we even know if Gladys was actually who Gladys said she
Like
was?
actually,
The aunt?
yeah, the kid's aunt, Alex's aunt.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like that could have been a total, like the parents seem to recognize her, but that doesn't mean that there wasn't somebody else controlling that body
It
because
could have been a glamour.
we know so little about her magic too, which
Yeah.
I assume it like I think what she's doing is witchcraft. I think it seems like a very dark form of witchcraft.
Yeah, but well, I would assume that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know what else you would call it.
No, well, it seemed
Um,
like spell work, but yeah,
Yeah, some
like
kind of like
dark.
dark spell work.
Mm.
Yeah. But there's no explanation as to why. I mean, I think the movie gives you a couple of clues here and there where you can like put your own pieces
Mhm.
together and be like, maybe this is what it was about. Maybe it's the parasite thing or it's the what's the ant thing called?
Cordyceps.
Yeah, that thing and like
Mhm.
the sort of like not fungus, but like
Kind of though.
feeding off
It's
of
a parasite.
others and like clearly she was sick and was trying to take the life force and like
Yeah.
essence of people, I suppose. And I guess maybe children was like you get like the most juice out of
I think
children
I
probably.
think it was like Hansel and Gretel.
Oh,
I think
interesting. Yeah.
because like, well, I don't think Gladys was sick. I think Gladys was fucking old.
Right.
And that's
Yes.
why I'm like, I
Yeah.
don't think
Like she is
Gladys
probably
was.
hundreds of years old
Yes.
and she needed a new
Mhm.
but it's like
She
it's
needed
not
a youth, the like fountain of youth, and I think you get
yeah.
that from children. You can
Yeah.
feed off of that source the
And
longest.
like in that way, I think like if you've seen enough horror, read enough horror, know enough about that stuff, you can put those pieces
Hmm.
together because like that's not a new th I mean like Death Becomes Her is doing shit like that.
Right. Yeah.
But I almost it's like it's parasitic, but not in the way that we've seen before because she's not like taking over body. Like she
But
can
they're not
control
dying.
them, but they're just sort of lifeless. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
almost spookier than actually like completely sucking everything
I
out to the
agree.
point where the person dies.
Hmm.
Like having these like I guess we're also mixing in like a zombie like thing.
Well, so have you seen The Last of Us, or you have not?
I mean, I know I haven't seen it, but I know what's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like even those quote unquote zombies, which I bring up The Last of Us because that's what infects
Right.
people is the cordyceps. But
Yeah.
like they're fast
Okay.
moving. So like honestly, it was given that vibe of like the living dead or like whatever,
Yeah.
right? They're
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
yeah, like it's sucking the life vitality out, but leaving like the
The
shell of
actual
the body.
physical,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Which I think is so unsettling, and especially the way that she was controlling them and the things that they were capable of doing under her control.
I know. I know.
So disturbing.
Hmm.
The gore in this movie is really great.
It's top tier.
Yeah.
And not that quote unquote not that much, but I mean like
It's not.
it
It's not a bloodbath or anything.
but I love like the
Yeah.
parts that are the
Like it's not
gore.
like gore porn or whatever. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
But it is so good.
It is really good. It
Like
like Marcus killing his husband is devastating and disgusting and really great.
all in one.
Yeah.
And then Marcus's demise as well. It's like, oh, but I like to see it up close. You know?
And in that moment, I feel like you're like, oh shit, like startled by the car hitting him.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't expect to then go and get the close up of like what became of
Yeah.
his body, but
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate
What
it.
was left?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not time to lose one's head about it. Thanks, Austin Powers. But yeah, that's not how you get ahead in life. Okay, let me focus. So, yes, and I mean, we we also can't talk about satisfying deaths. Without talking about Gladys's, which we could get to like the end part, but I mean that was
That's the
the
most
best.
satisfying part.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that when I was at the theater by myself, I was like this, like watching it like, oh my God. Like
Yes.
those children tore her face in
Yeah.
half.
I think that's called karma.
It was so cathartic.
Yeah.
Like truly from the moment that the twig snapped and Gladys goes, "Oh no." And you hear all the children running up the
Honestly,
stairs. I love that they were not like, we're gonna have all these children go through the door,
oh
like
yeah.
Gladys was. They were just like boom, boom, boom through the
I mean, just
windows,
bust,
through all the glass, through the fence,
but you
and
know,
trampling each other. It was just
yes.
balls to the wall and cathartic and amazing.
But like also with the children's attack, though, obviously, yes, cathartic, but that also gives me some thought to. We know Alex like was watching how Gladys was performing the magic, but like also it's like his spell then because I mean like even though
Mm.
it's a small little horde of like small humans,
Yeah.
could they
Oh.
bust through a siding of a house like that? And it's giving me like Marcus and his husband
Yeah.
and the fact that it Marcus didn't like sustain injuries like from inflicting that. It's almost like a
Right. Like
weird
how,
superhuman though.
yes. Yes.
Like he had to get run over and decapitated,
Yes.
which we know the head
Oh,
at the end with
interesting.
Paul, and Jane.
Interesting.
So it's almost like also a superhuman, which gives zombie in some sense, right?
Well, and that's also giving vampire if we're doing decapitation.
Well, true.
I mean, we're not burning the body, but we're still removing the head.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, and I mean, I guess like the parents lived, what quality of life they have is very little,
Mhm.
but I guess yeah, like those kids did not have a scratch on them for
Right.
busting through all that glass.
So,
So what does that even mean? See, and I love this.
yeah,
I
me
love that
too.
we don't know so many details. And
Yeah.
I think like I feel like a lot of our viewers, listeners are Twin Peaks fans.
Yeah.
And like I'm not saying it's not like fully Twin Peaks, but the ambiguity of everything and the like the not feeling the need to over explain or like really explain at all. Like it's
Well,
just it is what it is. The reason it feels peaksy to me is like because it is just a story.
hmm
It is just a story about whatever is happening in this area, and all the weird shit that happens is like just a great bonus kind of.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense,
Well,
but
yeah. And then also it kind of just ends. It is
yes, it kind
very
of
the end
just
of
ends.
the return.
It really kind of just
It
ends.
literally just ends,
Yeah.
and the little narrate. I mean, well, the narration. It's like, well, some of them started, like somebody else is feeding them soup, and some
Yeah.
of them
Yeah.
started talking after a
Yeah.
year, and then it was like roll
Cut to
credits.
black.
I love it.
Yeah.
I got literal
Honestly,
chilly
I
bumps.
love the fact that there was no big monologue from
Yeah.
Gladys. Not that like I'm thinking right now about Scream and how we always get the monologue from the killers, but that's a
Yes.
different kind of
Oh,
movie.
sure.
Like the classic slasher monologue, I think is like so important to those movies
Yeah.
because you get like all the juicy details and it's like it's just a different thing, but I almost think it really would have cheapened it to get this like if they tried to make Gladys like relatable
Yeah.
or forgivable or like whatever,
Redeemable
like
at all.
yeah, tried to like humanize her in any way, like
Mhm.
because she was terrible and she deserves
Yeah.
to just be terrible and have her face ripped in half, her
Uh,
head her head ripped in half.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I do think also that was, if I'm remembering correctly, that was one of our like only critiques about the Long Legs movie is that we didn't need that
Mm.
monologue from the mother about the
Yeah.
dolls.
Yes.
So, where we didn't like that, this movie did not do that.
That
And
is
it was,
so true.
to me, it was Chef's Kiss.
Yes. That is such a good point.
Hmm
Oh my God, your memory's great because I had fully blocked that out, probably because I didn't like that about the
Yeah,
film.
yeah,
Wow. No, I really appreciate that again, it is just a story about these people, and it's intriguing enough in that way where like they do enough with these characters where by the time you see Alex hugging his parents, even though we know his parents have not regained like any cognitive function or anything, but the fact that Alex knows that he has stopped whatever is happening and his parents can at least stop harming themselves
hmm
and he's crying, like I am feeling emotionally in that moment.
yeah,
Like I fully care. And the fact that Justine is standing there watching and caring, like it is impactful emotionally enough without like all of the explanation of
yeah,
everything. And there's something really beautiful too about the fact that like Archer does not wait around to see what's going to happen. He goes after his kid
yeah,
immediately. And Justine is like, okay, bye. And like goes to check on Alex, who she has legitimately cared about since the beginning of the
yeah.
movie. It's just, I love the way this guy tells stories.
Oh God. Well, really and truly, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that it's not, to me, portray. I don't want to say portraying anything false. What I mean by that is though, like, I totally see where, I mean, as a parent, Archer, right? Like, you're just getting your child. I mean,
Oh,
not
yeah.
that all of
Yeah.
them
He
didn't,
just picks up his kid and walks
and it's
away.
just like,
Yeah.
I've got
Yeah. I'm
Matthew,
good.
like, I've got my child, and
Yeah.
honestly, that's all I wanted back.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
everything else we will deal with. It's whatever. Like I physically have my child because like the fact that they all go missing for this month period of time or
I think it was at least a month,
at
yeah. Because they
least
closed the school for a month and then that's where the story starts and then it's like what, a
yeah.
couple of days?
Yes. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I mean just the not knowing of like the going missing part,
Yeah.
honestly, yes, like you have your hands physically on your child, and it's like, whatever. If
That's
they
it.
never talk again, who cares?
Yeah.
They're still here. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I
Yeah.
say who cares, but because, like, well, that goes into a whole other thing. But in that moment,
Even that is emotionally impactful where like I don't know, just this it's like Zach Kreger or something.
yes.
I think that's how you pronounce it. The way that he builds character is like really fascinating too. I think he's really good at building antagonists and villains. And I'm sort of comparing it to Barbarian in my head right now, but like you, what am I trying to say? He's good at like drawing those lines, I guess,
Oh yeah.
where there was no reason to humanize or redeem Gladys. And he also did not do that with Justin Long's character.
No.
You know what I mean? But then flip it where like the actual like big bad of actually, I think maybe Justin Long is the big bad of Barbarian
Absolutely.
and the like
The
monster
well,
we
the
could call
actual
her.
big, because she's
Well,
physically
great point.
like tall
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
big.
yeah.
So
But they humanize her, I think,
yeah.
enough,
Mm-hmm.
which I think they do the same with Archer when
Mm-hmm.
he is there to protect Justine from Marcus.
Yep.
But it's just so realistic where he's like, well, of course I saved you. Like, what else was I gonna do?
Right.
Like, walk away in that moment? But it's not like they had to become best friends. They didn't have to like work together to solve the
Probably ever
mystery. It
speak
was
again, actually.
actually probably not. Like
Yeah.
if Matthew ever goes back to school, if she ever gets her job back at that school, they might just see each other in passing and it'll be like, "Oh yeah, remember that time? Yeah,
Yeah.
that happened." And
Yep.
that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just
Oh.
it feels very real in a way that I appreciate, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. Not that I don't like fantastical, out of this world, suspend your disbelief kind of thing, but
Sure.
I don't know. There's
Well,
something nice about it.
it's a I mean, like a real life fairy tale. What I mean by that is
Mm.
like, I mean, you're getting all of the points of like, when I say fairy tale, like Hansel and Gretel, because that's
Well, there's still
really what,
something supernatural happening there.
yes. And that's really what I kept thinking, especially by the end, with like Gladys. But I'm like, but it's to me rooted and deep seated in like how a real person would
Yeah.
handle and respond to that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Archer also maybe did he not notice that they ripped Gladys into a million pieces? This
I don't think he
and
cared
this
because
is
he found his kid,
well,
right?
no, totally
Yeah.
fair. But this is also where I have questions about, and again, this is not a negative way, but what I love about it, because I have not stopped thinking about it,
Yeah.
is it's like, did Gladys not only target like that family, if there's no way she's just an aunt, but like, did she glamour the whole town? And what I mean, okay, obviously first thing I said was this was given like Pennywise,
Mm.
Gladys.
Yeah.
Pennywise in the woods, like waving, you know. But also there were a lot of Stephen King though, Easter eggs and references like throughout the whole film.
Oh.
So to me also Pennywise being this evil entity in the town of Derry though, they're not in the town or not concerned really about like all the missing children and like all the violent bad things that happen in Derry. It's just kind of like, huh, which is a in a way a glamour
Yeah.
of it, Pennywise, like this
Oh,
entity, this
interesting.
spirit. So I'm like, is this similar with Gladys? Because also there was a I'm not saying inept like police, but I'm saying there was also a
Hmm.
real like ho hum about, okay, well, well, because even was it Bailey was the other character because Justin Long's
Yeah, daughter. Yeah.
daughter, and I'm
Yeah.
like, even the two of them though, like when Archer comes to talk to like
Why would they not want to show the footage?
or why
I
would
don't
they just
understand.
be like, oh, I don't, because the whole thing was
Yeah.
just like we've moved on from. It's just been
Our
a month
childhood
ago.
thing. Yeah, like when it seems like Archer is onto something, like me, I think I would be like, what did you find? What
Of
are you
course, you
going to
can look at it.
do?
What are you seeing that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. Clearly, something is happening, right? Because people are seeing her, whether it's a hallucination or it's in their dreams, because like we could argue that James was probably on drugs and well, no, I think he is for sure on drugs at that point, right?
Yes.
Like we've seen
Hmm.
him smoke something at that point.
Yeah.
So whatever he sees in the woods could be a total hallucination, but why a person with the red hair like that, right?
Hmm.
And whatever like the dream that Archer has is pretty like he also sees her, does he not?
Yeah.
And then Justine sees Gladys on the ceiling. So like what's happening there?
Yeah.
Like she's infiltrating something.
Yeah. Which that honestly is the red hair, of course, and the quote unquote clownish appearance. But like that
Yeah.
also is what
Right.
gave me the Pennywise vibe of like can infiltrate like your, I mean, thoughts, but you know what I mean by that. Like
Your
you're
subconscious, your
hallucinating him in various
yeah.
places,
Right.
forms, you know.
I'm thinking about this for me what the scariest part of the new one is when they're watching the film and
Oh yeah, he
he
jumps
comes
out
out and he's just so big.
big.
I don't know what it is about big things,
Yeah,
but
because
big things are
un
terrifying. I don't
uncanny
know.
valley.
Yeah, I guess that's
And that
it.
what you told me when
Yeah.
I told you I was scared of big airplanes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
It's unnaturally large.
There, yeah, and that's not like no shade to like people that are tall, but it's
No, but
like the big like the big giant guy in Hill House
oh
will
yeah.
forever be terrifying to me.
Oh, with the bowler hat.
Yeah, the bowler hat.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, Luke's friend. Well,
Well,
hopefully
friend.
we'll have to. I don't. That's on the next. That's next on.
Oh, you know I want to rewatch it.
Yeah, I
It's
think
my
that's next.
comfort food.
I love it. But the other Stephen King things, though, like I know 217 is like when the kids went missing, but like obviously that's The Shining.
Oh, yeah.
And then like
Right.
also,
Duh. Oh my God.
yeah,
Yeah.
but then also like the bathroom scenes with like the head, when the mom is attacking Alex and trying to get to him, like that's total here's the
Through the door?
key. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then also the very loosely saying relationship of like Alex and Gladys. It's very Danny and the creepy lady in the bathtub in room 217.
Oh,
You
interesting.
know, it's just
Yeah.
a scary Gladys is real, where that's a ghost in room
Yeah.
217. But to me, it's still very similar.
Well, she used to exist at some point, right? In 217?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
But like even I think even the well allusion or the references and the themes of like alcoholism and stuff too, because
Yeah.
that's Jack Torrance. Anyway, not to make this is not about Stephen King, but those are through lines similar to like Stephen King stuff where I was like, I'm
Yeah.
picking up and there's enough ambiguity because some of the ambiguous stuff that Stephen King does do people don't like because they say it's lazy writing, which I think I've seen a few things float around now that I've seen this movie of people calling this lazy writing, and I was like, yeah.
Of weapons? Wait,
Hmm.
but what parts? Okay, I haven't read anything. The only thing that I have seen is the meme that well, the Reddit post that you sent me yesterday where they were
Well,
comparing it to Ongogoblogian, I think is how you pronounce that. We're
this
all just air
I
conditioners.
love this. That's where I made the mistake.
Of hopping on
Again,
that
I'm
Reddit.
telling you, everyone, the royal you. Reddit's not worth it, okay? However, you do find gems like this meme.
Well, and if you've never been to what is it? What's the
Okay, buddy,
Severance? Okay,
Severance.
buddy, Severance. Huh. I haven't
Take it
been in
with
a
a
while.
grain of
I
salt,
need to go because I need a good laugh. Um,
but
yeah. So that's the only thing that I've seen. I have refused to indulge or engage with anything because
well, I stopped it, but I saw it. And the reason I stopped it and I immediately closed out and I cleared the weapons movie out
cleared
of
the
my
tab.
search. Well, yeah, because I was like, I'm not going to participate in this
Yeah.
because this is just because you as a viewer, there's nothing wrong with this, but just because you prefer or require more and you aren't a
Hmm.
fan of ambiguity does not equate this is lazy writing because this is not lazy writing.
So what are they saying that because there wasn't enough of an explanation about what was happening that it's lazy?
That that's the basic overarcher
Mm.
that I've noticed is like or well that I saw, right, was they wanted more explanation of Gladys and I'm like,
But why?
actually real people exist in this world, not what Gladys is, but this is a representation of there is no rhyme or reason.
Right.
You don't get more information
Yeah.
because you want it. there's sometimes nothing more to say than somebody just did something.
But this is the very David Lynch thing too, right? Where it's like people what is that quote that he has of like people want answers from art, but life has no answers. I mean, that's
Right.
a huge paraphrase,
But
but
yeah,
it's something like
yeah,
that, where it's like, why do we want movies to make sense when life doesn't make sense? It's something like that.
exactly.
Don't get at me because I know I'm paraphrasing.
We know
Um,
that's in the general realm.
yeah, but it's something like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like, I just don't understand why people don't want to have the fun of their imagination taking them to other places. Like, isn't it so much better that we can sit here and have a conversation about it could be this, it could be that, it could be this thing over
Mhm.
here? Like, instead of, well, it was this. Bye. Thanks for
And
watching.
honestly, there is definitely a time and a place for, I mean, whether it's art, whether it's a book, whether it's a film, a TV show, for that. But that doesn't mean there's not a time and a place for the stuff that just quote unquote doesn't make sense.
I guess I shouldn't be totally surprised that people would think it was lazy, but
Well, I think um if I'm not mistaken, which there's a good chance I am, um I feel like people had a very similar reaction with Barbarian.
really?
I could be making this up,
Oh,
but I do feel like one of the thing not about like but more about, well, why didn't we go more into this? Or like, well, why didn't like this happen, but this, and it's like you don't need, these are not quote unquote plot holes. These are
yeah.
not like, this is not lazy writing. This is just a different way of storytelling. And if it's not your jam, that's fine.
Right. And I guess like, when we come at something like long legs for not enjoying the monologue, it's like I'm sure there are people who are like, "Oh, I really appreciated the monologue because I got something, like I got more information out of it." So like,
Yeah,
I guess to each their own or whatever,
sure.
but like
But like, um, one doesn't make the other true.
no. I guess yeah, I just am more appreciative of a story that just doesn't feel the need to
I don't,
fill in every single
I
gap.
don't need every single thing.
Yeah.
And
It's
sometimes I just want to like not understand it at all.
yeah.
Sometimes I just want to enjoy that she got ripped apart by a bunch of kids. Who fucking
Ugh, it was
cares?
so good. It
I
was
mean,
so good.
you know?
Now, do you think there's some sort of commentary in here also about, I mean, no, to get political here, but like something about police in here?
Oh,
Because
well,
like
for sure.
Paul is not a good dude, like at
No,
all. And
no.
at first you start off thinking like, okay, whatever, he's in an unhappy situation, like
Yeah.
let's see what happens here. But then you see how he actually,
Treats James.
yes, treats James and in general acts at his job. But also then you learn that he like flat out lied to Justine that oh, Donna and I aren't happening.
Hmm.
They are engaged. Like she has an engagement ring on in that photo on the background of his phone. Does she
And they're
not?
fully trying to have a
Trying to have a
child.
child. Right. Yeah. So they're definitely together.
Um, well, yeah, because well, no one flat out told me. I used context clues. But the police chief is her dad.
Yes.
So like also there was a whole talk about over at our house for the anniversary thing.
Yes.
So like they're fully
They
happening.
are happening right now. Yeah. So not only do you find out that he's lied about that, but then like the unplugging the dash cam, turning off the dash cam purposely. I mean, I think his instinct to like try and catch this kid was maybe the right thing to do, but also like I don't know, leave the kid alone, like or get the kid some help. Like there was so many other things that could
Right.
have been done. I guess you feel for him in the moment when he gets like stabbed by the needle,
No,
but
I
like I
did.
don't know, like
Well, I did
it's
because
scary,
that's
but
scary.
yeah.
I didn't realize it until this movie. This is a fear of mine. Not in real, not RIL meaning, but I'm saying like that to me was the scariest part of the movie. Because like I
Yeah.
could not imagine
Right.
sticking my hand in someone's pocket.
And then
Not just that, but then getting full on stabbed in the face with
with
like,
three more of them. Yeah.
that is fucking scary.
Yeah. I mean, I guess luckily for Paul, he's dead anyways, so.
To me, I think that's called karma. Again, there's a lot of karma serving, I feel like.
Mhm.
Now, but when it comes to Paul, I also got the feeling though that Paul's like this because like he also had the full conversation with the police chief, father-in-law slash, I
Yeah.
mean,
And actually, I kind of appreciated the response from the police chief where he was like, listen, if this kid presses charges, like,
you're fucked.
that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess he definitely was still hiding what was going on, so
Oh,
there's still corruption
oh, for
there,
sure.
obviously, and I feel like there is some sort of commentary on that. But also, what I am really enjoying about that is like, we've always known that horror will deal with like horror will use monsters or whatever to like tell some sort of deeper story, to
Right.
like talk about politics, to talk about like current events, like whatever it's doing. But it really only like kind of touched on it and like said like, hey, this is a thing.
Mhm.
But our whole movie doesn't have to be about it.
Right.
But we can also make a comment on it
Hmm.
and like have it be there. I don't know. I just, yeah. This movie
Um,
was doing a lot without having to do like too much.
this is probably more obvious than well, maybe than the police like aspect of it. But then there's also the fact that, I mean, with children being I don't know if weaponized is the right word, but like when it comes to regulations within like this country specifically,
Mhm.
but so this idea of like, well, we'll use children to further or not, whatever the case may be, like our whatever our, you know,
Agendas.
or yeah, what our thoughts or whatever is on a certain thing.
Right.
I'm I don't know if, which I could be wrong again. I am choosing not to read lots of theories about this, but I don't
Yeah.
know if I'm in the camp of like this is an allegory for like school incidents with weapons, but I do feel like though there is a through line with well police brutality,
And
corruption,
corruption.
also children being well or children being the unfortunate, not unfortunate, but they're the ones that suffer the most, maybe, is
Mm.
what I'm trying to think
Mm.
of through
Yeah.
these selfish acts, perchance. But then
Yeah.
also, I think also like addiction overall, not just meth or like what Jay, but like there's also, again, because Justine was accused of, or
Yeah.
well, the alcoholism.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of um just big life themes that are covered in a
Yeah.
movie like this, and that's
Yeah.
what makes me honestly, the as I'm saying this out loud, love it more.
Yeah. Like that's kind of what I was trying to say is that it's like touching on so many things that are very well, topical, but have always kind of been topical in a way, like for at least a long time, but like without having to make it the entire like identity of the film,
It's
I
not
guess. Like
completely in your
it's
face.
just like again, it is literally just a story about the people that live in this town and like kind of just a snapshot of what was happening for them in that time. 'Cause like why are we doing the scene at the bar with Justine and Paul except for the fact that this is just building their characters and it's just
Hmm.
telling a story. It's
Hmm.
not like there's anything that happens there that like leads to the finding the kids.
Mm-mm.
Like that's yeah, I don't know. It's just it's doing a lot without doing too much.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, why is it called weapons? Just because she can use people as weapons? Like I mean, I don't really care that much to be quite honest,
But
but like it's just
I
like a
don't
question.
know.
Yeah.
Well, I also I don't know. So perhaps I should do some small reading, but I feel like that will take away the magic of I don't know and do I need to know?
It's not that I don't want to hear other people's takes because there's probably at least one podcast that I will listen to about this, but I wanted to have my thoughts out before listening to anybody. But like, yeah, I don't really want to get muddied on it, I think. Like,
Right.
the one thing that I am curious to hear people's takes on, if people even talk about it, why did the gun appear over the house?
Okay, I
What is
had,
that?
yeah. Well, in real,
Aside from the fact that it's called weapons.
yeah, and in real time in the theater,
Yeah.
I had this thought. and I've been thinking about it
Okay, yeah.
literally since we saw it.
Yeah.
To me, what kind of maybe makes, very loosely using this phrase, the most sense,
Okay.
is that was kind of one of the last images that Archer saw as he was falling asleep. Because on the wall in the son's room was like a video game poster.
Oh.
And um Halo might just be in my mind because we were talking about
Yeah.
it. But it was either that or like Call of Duty.
Okay.
I think, please, I mean, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah.
like in my mind I was like,
Sure. So that's just in your
in
subconscious.
his subconscious as he's falling asleep, that's what he sees, but then also the 217 looking like an alarm clock
Yes.
was, I don't know if it was that scene or if I'm now confusing it with a moment in Alex's story, but that they all know that was the time the kids
Yeah.
disappeared.
Yeah. No, the gun does turn into the alarm clock and
Right.
then
But
yeah.
like I don't know, does Archer see that, or am I thinking of the 217 on the alarm clock because it was in Alex's POV? Because I think as Gladys was
I
snipping the names though, and like
yeah.
doing the twig,
Yeah.
that I feel like that's
We
where I
definitely
recall the alarm clock. Yeah,
yeah, but I'm almost certain that that gun dissolves into an
it
alarm clock.
does. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, and I think it does say 217. I think.
yeah.
Yeah. Um,
I'm meaning like why the gun image also has that alarm clock image
right, yeah.
for Archer.
Well, I do like this that he just saw it and it's just part of his
I
subconscious
mean,
now.
I think
Unless it was some sort of like, and I get like in his dream, does he go to that house or is it just another random
I think
house?
it's his house back, isn't it?
Oh, he's just back in his own
But maybe,
house.
I mean, maybe actually,
Because
I don't know that 100%
yeah,
because it would seem to me like if he saw Alex's, it's not Alex's
like wouldn't he
house.
go to Alex's house?
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
still
guess
had
it's
to put it
not.
together on the
Yeah,
map.
that makes sense.
I think it's his house, but however, the room though in his dream didn't look like Matthew's room unless it was inverted.
I was just gonna say, what if it was, yeah, like flipped or something?
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, oh, maybe the image of the gun over the house was like a X marks the spot kind of
Mm-hmm.
thing. But I think you're right. I don't think it is Alex's house. So I don't know. That was kind of the one thing that stuck out to me, but it didn't like bump me enough where I was like, I hate this movie. Like,
No, no, no.
well, and I will say on first watch, the initial narration, it was just kind of jarring where I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Are like, is this going to be all throughout? Are we, because I was already worried about like, are we going to be over explaining things? Like,
Yeah.
are we going to get this narration throughout and it's going to be like kind of spoon feeding us the story? But really, I think it just like added a creepy vibe in the end. Like
Yeah,
just a
because it
little
was a
kid
little
narrating.
kid.
Yeah, it's always going to be a little bit creepy.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. That's the one thing where I'd love to hear some people's
Well, sure.
theories.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I love this though because like for me, hearing it the first time, well, immediately I got like little like chili bumps because like
The
a
narration?
little
Mm,
kid to
yeah.
begin off being like, well, and at 217, all the kids the way that you would obviously hear a 9-year-old or whatever like telling this
Yeah.
story.
But nobody's gonna talk about it.
Mm. And
Everybody's
the
so
police aren't, they're not going to
embarrassed.
admit that they didn't
Yeah.
do a good job.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, honestly, slay.
Yeah.
Because kids tell the truth.
Yeah.
They're going to hurt your feelings
A little bit.
a little bit.
Yeah.
They're just going to tell it to you like it is. And it's like, adults are stupid, which is
Sometimes.
kind of what that opening monologue boiled down to,
Adults
really.
will fail children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, again, to me,
Bummer.
that says a lot more about,
Just more commentary.
well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
about safety stuff, like,
Yeah.
because who pays for it in the end?
The children.
Hmm.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
sucks.
And also sometimes, well, I feel like Obviously, we didn't get any kind of like, and this is how Archer is doing a year from these events,
No.
but I do feel like
Yeah.
he started the story a certain way, and I just, in my mind, I like to believe he's not like that anymore.
Yeah, he's
That
maybe
this
changed a
changed
little
him
bit. You'd
slightly,
hope. You'd hope.
not
Yeah,
not massively,
I don't think he's had some
but
sort of like midlife
perceived
shift, but
just a little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit more compassionate.
Maybe,
Yeah.
if anything, he won't jump to the conclusions
Yeah.
as quickly
Maybe not.
like he did, you know.
And maybe he realizes that his kid is a little shit and needs some sort of reining in because he's a bully.
I was like, now wait a minute, Matthew, Archer's
I
Matthew?
know.
Hmm.
But I also kind of loved that he was the bully.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like I don't know, it's just with every character it was stuff that you just didn't expect. Like it
yeah.
didn't feel none of it felt tropey, none of it felt predictable. Like even the jump scares would you'd be prepared for them and then they wouldn't happen and then they would happen.
Yes. Yeah.
Like when she's looking through that window, and like the score is moving with everything, and then nothing happens, but then the thing happens, and like she sees the parents on the
I
couch, and
almost shit my pants.
I was like,
Yeah.
I knew this was coming, and it still fully got me,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
love that.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
You know what, though? Like in real time as I was watching this, because when we started seeing Alex's POV and we saw that Matthew was the bully and all these things,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, no, wait a minute. Are we gonna like cross pollen like are we gonna have come to the cross section and it's gonna be like and it's Alex like telling Gladys like I want you to make all these people or all of these friends at school disappear that are doing this to me.
Oh, interesting.
Well, but I'm like,
Like if he had seen what Gladys was up to and was
yeah,
like, actually, I have an idea.
actually feeding off my parents isn't working. I got a whole classroom full of friends.
Yeah, or if he like tried to make a bargain, like, please
Right.
spare my parents. I know this really shitty kid you can have. Like, maybe even his
Now,
dad,
would I like
like,
that? I don't think
I don't
so.
think so either.
However, that's
Yeah.
I mean that's one of the ways that I started like wondering in
Yeah.
real time,
Yeah.
like, oh, are we gonna have a twist of stuff? Also, that was another thing. There was no quote unquote twist. I don't
No,
think.
I don't think so either. Because there was no, it was never leading you in any kind of direction where you're like, I mean, maybe there was people out there that saw where it was going, but I truly had
I
no
didn't.
clue.
I didn't. Yeah.
Like, I don't think it was until I don't think it was until we got to Marcus's story and we actually see, like, is that the first time we really see her do anything?
Oh, it is, yeah. Because
Like,
she
because
loves the
all of a sudden
cabinets, and then she has the water.
because that's the first time where you're like, she asks for a bowl of water, and you're like, what the
But 'cause
fuck?
she's
And so,
parched.
yeah, and so you still think like, okay, like I guess there's something weird about this woman, but like, and then that's when she like stabs herself, and then shit starts going down. But I feel like until then, you're like,
Well,
I don't know what this movie is.
well, no. I mean, I think that that's the first time outside of like her going into Marcus's office that you even
Yeah, and so you see this like quirky aunt kind of character, but it's
well,
still
because
not
I still
clear.
feel like we didn't get anything about her until we got Alex's, right? Like
Well,
his.
except for the market. Yeah, we don't get anything like further except for we just like see that she can all of a sudden control
Well,
Marcus.
oh yes, yes. I
Yeah,
just mean like all the backstory to, or well, all
the
of
backstory. Yeah, as much as we're
right
given.
leading up
Yeah.
to
Yes. Oh,
what
for
we
sure.
knew about Gladys. We
Yes.
didn't get any of that though until Alex, which is not until
Mm-hmm.
basically
That's
the
the last
last
story.
POV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
So I love that because even like Marcus's part in the POVs, you're still kind of like, what's well, okay, but what?
Yeah, even though you see
Who
her
is
do
this
whatever this is,
person
you're still
though?
like, how is this a thing? Or
Right.
what even is this? Like, I
Yeah.
know.
What are we
Yeah.
doing this for?
Yeah.
You know.
And then just when you like are like getting a picture of everything that's happening, she's gone and the movie's over,
And honestly,
essentially. Like,
work.
yeah.
That's how you make a entrance and an exit.
Mm-hmm. No time to mess around.
The comedy,
Yeah.
though.
We haven't even talked about that. Like the different tones here are really good.
I don't know if I should have been quote unquote laughing at some of the James stuff because it's, well, yeah, but also though, like, I'm like, oh, this.
Well, it is sad.
makes me
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah.
mad.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, like when he calls into the police station about the missing, that's hilarious. Like I
Yeah.
have a phobia, I can't come
I'm
in.
phobic.
But so yeah, but I'm talking about the hilarity of even Gladys running through the. It's like here's I guess like kind of crazy-ish like Pennywise lady like running
Yeah.
through and everyone's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what is this? And then it's like
Yeah.
horde of kids and everyone's
Yeah.
still kind of like, huh?
Yeah.
So
Just watching it so casually at first, like, what?
it was the guy cutting grass for me.
Yes.
That just, I mean, he stopped cutting grass, but
But also, what?
never saw any recognition where he might have been like, hey, that's,
He also belongs in a different era to me almost. Like, I know people are doing those glasses and that mustache now, like it's all coming back, but like even like the lumberjack-ish type shirt
yeah,
and just like the vibe, I was like, you are 1970s, Dad.
right,
Like, you are not from now.
right.
Like, where is this town?
hmm Well, where is this town?
And when is this town?
Well, when now
We
they
saw
had,
smartphones.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
but still though, it's
Yeah.
well, it's kind of like Severancey where it's like
Yeah, there's some new
blurry.
tech, but like, yeah, right. Because there's dash cams too, which is like relatively
Yeah.
recent, but like, yeah, but there was still like an old vibe to some stuff,
hmm
which that's fine.
Oh, well, they all
It's a
have
good
ring
mix thing.
cameras.
That's true. Yeah. But
I
that
was like, what's the number one thing that made me be like, no, this is present? Because honestly, at the
it's
beginning of the movie, I was like,
yeah.
oh, this is going to be like set back before any kind of like,
Because even Justine has like a kind of a throwback
yeah,
vibe, but I guess maybe that's just like, shit from the past is coming back and it's trendy again.
I think, well, that's true.
Yeah.
Because then, like, when I saw ring footage, I was like, okay, well,
Yeah.
yeah, because then the kids say, because they all saw it on their
Yeah, that's how
cameras.
they knew that it was like 217 because
Yeah,
there was like alarms that got tripped or whatever.
right.
And yeah, yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, but all of the James stuff is really funny. There's stuff between Justine and Paul that's really funny. Gladys is really funny, but like it's
Detectives!
detectives welcome. Yeah, she's like so over the top.
Well, she does that, but then also like is giving like Alex the look, like if you don't like get it together,
Yeah.
uh-huh. But I mean, I think total parent like look where it's like if
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's very sinister.
Oh, far more sinister than a regular parent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But so much of the James stuff is funny. Like just even the fact that he apologizes to the children that are all just standing still in the basement. Oh fuck, sorry, sorry,
Well,
sorry.
that was,
Like runs.
but then and then, but it doesn't deter. I mean, again, I know he's in an altered, but it's just unfortunately also hilarious because you're like,
He
now you are still though like you turned around and saw these like parents just chilling on the couch and you're like, okay. And you turn,
You okay?
but you still go back to like, well, I'm just gonna finish up what gonna
Yes.
finish up taking all of
Yes.
your
He's
belongings.
in a different world.
I think,
He
yeah.
like and I honestly sort of love that it didn't become like this kid who's like gonna solve the like he too does not care about solving the mystery
No,
because when he again sees that poster, sees the kid, sees the $50,000, sees the kid, and is like $50,000.
that's
He
it.
does not give a shit about these kids. And
Mm-mm.
like, why would he? Because he has this whole storyline of like trying to make money. The first time we see him, he's asking Justine for money. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, like it's so not about the kids until it's about the kids.
Well,
I love this. Yeah, he was great though.
it's
He's
about how the
very
adults
funny
failed
in that
them,
moment.
really.
Yeah.
For all of their own
And
self or like all of their own, things that they're caught up in. Because even yeah, like it seems to me like even the parents are those great choices where because you hear them both make comments like to Alex or to each other where they're like, well, it's what mom would do. So it's like, well, do you even know who Gladys is?
yeah,
Like the dad saying to Alex, like,
right.
I don't know. I don't know who
Yeah.
she is. I'm
Yeah.
like, and you're just like
Right.
opening your home
And even the
to,
mom, it's like it's not for like an emotional or sentimental reason. It's like you just said, like that's what her mother would do, so that's what she's gonna do.
yeah,
But why?
but why?
Yeah.
Again, not thinking about, to me, not thinking about like, well,
And then so she fully
the
put her son in
safety.
danger.
Yeah.
And the rest of the town's, well, not the rest of the town's,
No,
but
but I mean,
a whole classroom full of children.
yeah. But like all the
Wow.
parents I mean, again, all the adults, because also like, was anybody who was looking for these other than Archer and Justine?
Yes. And poor Justine, who everybody's eyes were on, and she's maybe the best adult in the whole situation.
Right. But they tried to really tear her character. Not the movie, I'm saying like all the townspeople.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she got let go from her job. Oh, she got a DUI. Oh,
Right.
you, Justine, you can't ask the kids if they're okay. And it's like, excuse me, what?
Yeah. Because even Archer, like, and understandably so, is in it to find his own child, really doesn't care about the others. And I guess Justine is like mostly wanting to connect with Alex because I believe her when she's like, we're the only ones left. Like, I believe that that was a legitimate thing for her of like, why is it just us?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell happened?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this. When you're watching it, did you ever suspect that Alex actually did know what was going on? Because I had no fucking clue that he
No,
knew.
no, and I'm not even gonna pretend like I figured it out.
No clue.
No.
Like, I was very surprised to learn that he was in on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I knew that there was something up with him because he was going to that house that was all boarded up and like telling the teacher do not follow or like telling Justine don't follow me.
Well,
Like I knew something was going on, but I at one point I was like, is there going to be timey-wimey stuff? Because like I also do not really fully know. I know there's like new tech here, but I don't really know when this is set. And like those parents are just sitting like because we'd already seen that from Justine's POV of like those parents are just sitting there on the couch like in stasis, it seems. Why? How are they surviving like that? Like, are we what's happening inside that house?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly though, you just saying like how they survive. Just all the things that
Soup.
a child though had to do for the adult. Again, it's not like it was the adult's quote unquote fault, but also it's like so really like it's a lot of themes of like children having to parent parents though.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
all different kinds of reasons, not necessarily like a vehicle for an addiction or anything like that. It could be
Well,
anything.
specifically Alex, right? Like, I mean, like that poor kid, and I already said this to you off mic, but like the detail of how he struggled with the can opener on that first can
Yeah.
of soup, and then the next day you see that he buys those like pop tops. There's something about that detail that I'm just such a fan of. I don't know. It
Because
just
they're
like
smarter than full-grown adults.
yeah, and it just, I guess, like starts, it gives you the littlest detail of like, okay, he's a smart kid.
Hmm.
So that by the end of it, when he figures out the magic and is able to like reverse things, there's no like, oh, I have to get on board with this. Like you just buy it because
Yeah.
like he's
They didn't have to
he's been
sell it to us.
watching, he's been paying attention, he's a smart kid. Like, yeah.
The other thing about Alex, uh, oh gosh, well now I'm like, was it Archer or Justine's? I guess it was Justine's dream
Mm.
where Archer, no, Alex has like the painted-ish face, right?
Yes, at the back of the classroom. Yes.
Because
Oh,
not saying
oh.
that I'm not saying I had any, when I say inclination of like, is Alex in on it? But I was like, so really though, subconsciously, the adults that were getting, honestly, just actually Archer and Justine. I'm not going to count James's little Pennywise encounter, what I call it, as any
I
kind
see.
of
Yeah. Well, yeah.
subconscious through dreams.
Hmm.
It was really the two people that ended up solving it. But it's,
Solving, yeah. Yeah.
well, but it's fascinating to me though that they didn't get enough in their like dreams to solve on their like to wake up and be like, aha,
I know.
Eureka.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
like what they were given though, because like I feel like even with Justine, like that's what got her to start being like, I'm going to go over to Alex's house.
Yeah. I
because
totally forgot that he had that
yes,
weird face. And that was another thing in the movie where I was
that's,
like,
it was a
what are we
Gladys, but it
doing?
was almost a Gladys face though.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like some and then it's right after that that she
She's
sees
on the,
her on the
yeah,
ceiling. So there's like you could start making a connection with that.
I
But
think
even
so.
as I'm watching it, I'm like, what's happening? Is one of the kids creepy? What are we doing?
Well,
Like
I
I
think,
still don't know what's happening.
no, no, I know, but I think also, because Archer's dream is he's seeing Matthew not talking though in his covers, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it's
Yeah.
Gladys.
Yes.
So yeah, there's that. Those little things that honestly I have not started thinking about until now we're
No,
talking about it.
totally.
Because
And
like in
those
the
are
moment in the movie, I was that these were
there's too
not
much
giving me
happening.
any
Yeah. No.
clues as to
No.
what the mystery
But
is.
it is, yeah, but it is right there. And it's like, for the people that thought it was lazy, it's like, but there's all these things happen. I mean, I guess they're more talking about like what Gladys even is, but
And I want to like I want to say like to be fair for people that want that don't like that,
whatever.
no,
That's
it's fine
fine.
because
Yeah.
like perchance that kind of ambiguity in everyday life
Is,
makes you uncomfortable.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so it's very
yeah,
fair to go in and seek out media for an entertainment value that is not like this. So
that wraps things
again,
up and gives you like, yeah, that's totally fine.
but
I
that
totally
does
get that
not
too.
make it plot
Lazy.
holes or
Lazy.
lazy or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
whatever all these other things
Also,
are.
I forgot to say this before, but when you said that there are people that think that Stephen King is a lazy writer, I'm actually shocked and appalled at that though, because have you heard him describe the desert? It's not lazy.
If anything,
I literally know what every grain of sand looks like
if
in the desert.
anything, you'll be wanting to skip through it. People are generally unsatisfied with the endings to his stories, but it's
No.
because he
Okay.
in well, but it's the same thing we're talking about because it's like it just ends.
Yeah.
But like that's real life.
Yeah.
I know you're reading a book about an evil alien clown, but like in real life, things just end.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's like that episode of Sunny. Sometimes things just end.
And
Was
they're
that an episode of Sunny?
and they're all air conditioners.
We're all just air conditioners.
Now that I love that.
That's actually the deepest, most profound thing Frank has ever said. It's one of my favorite lines ever.
Frank.
But is that sometimes things just end? Is that actually a Sunny episode? Did I make that up?
I don't think so, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't
Sometimes
know
things
if
just
it
end.
I don't I'm not recalling it specific to you, but that doesn't mean that
I
I
feel
know.
like I'm imagining Dennis saying it and then it cuts to those turtles.
Well, you
Confirm or
just
deny?
saying Dennis makes me believe it's definitely a Sunny thing, but we'll find out. We'll do a
We could Google it,
we'll do a
but
small
not on
fact.
the show.
We don't mind fact checking ourselves.
No, but later.
Yeah.
We don't Google on the show. We did
No.
that a couple of times and I think it got us into trouble. I
I
don't
don't even
remember
want to talk.
why,
Well, I
but
don't even want to talk about it.
yeah. Yeah.
Because it's much more fun to just be like, remember the days when we didn't have a Google to check
Google
things?
machine.
And you
Yeah.
just kind of were like, you know what? Marilyn Manson did get his ribs removed.
Yeah.
And he is the friend from Wonder Years. So you know what?
Holy
This
shit.
world managed to start a worldwide rumor without the
Oh my
pre-internet
God.
days. Do
That
not
is
underestimate.
such a deep cut.
Do not underestimate the power of
Whoa.
no internet. It, yeah,
How did that even circulate?
I don't know.
Because, like, obviously, like, I heard about that in Canada.
It was worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide?
But who started it? We'll never know.
No. Oh my God.
Or how it
That's wild.
spread like wildfire, we'll also know.
No. That's so funny. I totally forgot about that.
See?
That's incredible. I wonder how many people watching even know what we're talking
That
about.
was my point. Well, and if you don't, guess what you can do now?
Ah,
Google
you
it.
could Google it.
Because that's available to you now.
Remember when you had to go to the library to look things up?
Don't get me started on the Dewey Decimal
I was
System.
just gonna say, do you remember the Dewey Decimal and pulling out the thing and having to like search through to find the number and pulling out the card and
Chance this is a conversation for another day, but it's something I'd like to put a pin in and come back to.
okay.
Why?
Did we get rid of it? Or why did we not
Why
do
did
it?
we have it?
Oh, why do we have the Dewey Decimal?
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh. Are we gonna fight? Are we gonna have our first fight
I
in
don't,
person about the Dewey
oh, I
Decimal?
don't think so. This is a legit
I
question of
like the
mine.
Dewey.
Well, no, it's a legit question. Why did we have it?
Why did we have it? To
Hmm.
organize
What were we organizing them?
all the books.
See, maybe the issue comes in for me because I didn't go to large libraries.
Gotcha.
Because
Okay.
like
Yeah.
the small hometown library or the
Yeah.
school library,
Yeah.
I
It's like
mean,
one shelf per thing.
and the
Gotcha.
you knew what sections you were
Okay, so you've
in.
never been to like a reference library?
No. So
Oh,
so this
yes.
is
Okay.
where I like it when I say it was
Yeah.
a legitimate question because I'm like the smaller libraries I've been to, I
You
didn't see
didn't
where that
need
was
that.
necessary.
Right, because you could just be going alphabetical and
However,
fine.
the
Yeah.
the big library in New York City,
Yeah.
of course. I
Yeah.
guess, yeah, now that I'm thinking about it out loud, of course.
Yeah.
You won't
Well, and
memorize that entire place.
there's something. Oh, I totally see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. But when you're going to like a bigger library, it's very needed. And there's something so satisfying about that system
Oh,
and just like how organized it is. I don't know if you have that kind of a brain where you just like things in order like that, like holy
mhm.
shit.
No, no, I like that. I mean, my brain's not able to function that way,
I'm so
but
glad we didn't fight.
I like, no, this was ne it was a legit question of mine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, and
And I see the point
it
now.
makes
Yeah.
total sense that it, I never had an experience where that Dewey Decimal System was actually, came in handy,
Mm-hmm.
but we still had to learn it, which I understand that part, but
Yeah.
then like also pretend to use it in the school library when that
When you
wasn't
didn't need to.
necessary.
Right.
It
Because it was
was
small enough
the
that,
size of this
yeah.
room.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like, I know you're teaching us, but why are you also making us pull out these little card like
How many numbers could there even have been
that's what I'm
within that
three
library? Yeah. No.
three numbers.
Honestly, I don't know why I never went to school for this, but I really always wanted to be a librarian.
Oh, I hello.
Maybe it's not too late. I don't know.
Well, librarian slash just own a bookstore.
Yeah, but there's something about the librarian
Oh,
aspect because of the Dewey Decimal, because of
I
the
see.
constant organization. Believe me, I've applied to be a page at the library, but I think they only hire high school students, but it's fine.
Well, obviously they are blind. They can't see that you are clearly in high school.
Um, I can work weekends because I have to study for exams.
They had no clue about that Marilyn Manson rumor that I just referenced.
I'm just
They're
really good at faking it.
clearly in high school.
Yeah, I'm really good at faking it. I don't know if you've ever seen Severance Speaks, but I'm constantly faking that I understand all the American references. Maybe I'll start to understand them more the more time I spend here,
Oh,
but
definitely.
I still have to be
Oh,
filled in on a lot. Yeah,
that's okay.
yeah.
I think the way we marry this,
Mm.
um, and then we'll obviously get back to the movie, but I think the way we marry this is my dream of like having the bookstore, but then
Yes.
your dream of the organization, it
Yeah.
still can come together and not in a library. So then we don't have to have the age discrimination, which is what that is.
Yeah. There are good people that want your page jobs, and I'll do it for your minimum wage. Anyway, okay,
For
let's own a bookstore because what's that word for the smell of books?
good nostalgia? I don't
Yeah.
know. What
No,
word are
but
we looking for?
I think we've talked about this before. There is a word for, or is it the love of books? But I thought it was the smell of books, or like the smell of an old book, or like there's like an
Uh,
attraction that people
oh
have.
yeah.
There's like
Well,
a, because you walk into a bookstore and it has a smell, especially like a secondhand
yeah,
bookstore. There is
for
just a specific smell to that that is like so
uh-huh.
intoxicating. What is that? We'll find out later.
We'll find it.
I'll put it in the show
We'll
notes.
also
I'll
we'll
put it on screen right here.
hmm hmm And I mean, in my brain, truly it's good slash it's like old smelling, but
Good.
in the best way ever.
Yeah, no,
Because it's
it's
just
old, but it's like it's not gross. It's not like a
no,
moldy. It's not like
no, no,
a
no. It
no.
is a
There's a
magic.
sweetness to it.
It
Like, am I
is.
crazy? There's a
No.
sweetness to it.
Yeah, you could pull any of these secondhand, even though I
Yeah.
they've been out of a secondhand book, but you can still smell that in the
From the
pages.
pages. Yeah.
It
I
is
know.
it is a
So nice.
sweet smell, and it's also this for me it also gives me feel like warm feelings.
Yes.
And even though I know no
Fuzzy.
one who ever owned these books, I think it's just the mere thought of what the smell of a secondhand book
Yeah.
triggers,
Yes. Yeah.
you
What is
know?
it about that? But I like that with everything. Like I like,
Oh,
you
secondhand
know,
clothes and everything.
yes. I
Yeah.
was just gonna say like vintage items,
Mhm.
antique items, secondhand clothing, secondhand books. Like there's like an energy. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not as satisfying to get a new book.
It's
That's
not,
controversial to
but
say.
it's not.
I mean, in 20 years, a new book that I purchase right now will be quote unquote old or vintage.
Yeah, I
But
guess we
like,
still have to get new books so that they can become
yeah,
vintage. So
but it's not as
we're doing the
satisfying.
hard work when we buy a new book so that they are vintage for somebody else later.
Somebody's gotta somebody's gotta do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm happy to do it.
Well, that's fair.
Now
That's
back to the
nice.
movie.
Okay.
Final thoughts?
I mean, I just really loved it, and I can't wait to see what else this writer director does. I mean, I just think like there's something different about these stories, and honestly, if well, hopefully you haven't listened all the way through if you haven't seen this movie, but like if for some reason, because I know I used to be the person that would listen to a podcast about horror movies, so I didn't have to watch them, but I
Oh,
still
yeah.
wanted to know what was happening.
Mhm.
This is not, I think you'll be okay. It's not too spooky.
No.
I feel like it's more gory than anything, and it's not
Yeah.
even that gory.
Mm-mm. This is yes, like I always like to we got a new rating scale, the
Oh.
Scott meter. I think it would have oh sorry, and a low on the Scott meter means you can handle it.
Oh, okay, okay.
If you
Yeah.
if you're queasy about horror or that's
It's
not
gonna be high.
it's gonna be high.
Okay.
So on that
I'm
meter,
tempted to call it the scooter for some reason. Like the meter itself is the scooter.
I think on the scooter scale,
Well, what's
the scooter
the
scale,
scooter scale? Yeah. What are we going 1 to 10, 1 to 5?
1 to 5.
Okay.
I would say this is a well, I don't think we want to do halfsies, but I'm thinking two.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.5. If
Yeah.
you want to do a halfsies, three, it's
Because there
not a
are
three.
jump scares,
It's the jump
but
scare.
yeah.
But it for a majority and throughout the movie, you're fine.
Now, I think we're including the like visions of Gladys under the jump scares, right?
Eh. But see that well, like when James saw her in the woods, to me
Mm-hmm. That wasn't spooky to
it
me.
wasn't
But
spooky.
the on the ceiling thing I think was
Oh,
spooky.
see, I'm calling that a jump scare.
Yes, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
I would give it a 2
I
slash
would give it a
2.5.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a three,
Now, I don't know what we would
but it's not a one,
definitely not.
which
No.
is
Witches. Gladys. Witch. Full circle.
which is two.
Witches too. Now on a I don't know, we don't have a good name for this because we can't do a milkshake mustache meter because that's not this show. And we've
Mhm.
never done a rating before, I guess.
No, honestly, the scooter scale
The
just came
scooter
to
scale is the
me.
first ever rating on Damn Fine TV.
This is you heard it here
I
first.
guess we used to do gold stars and trash
Oh my God,
flags.
we did.
Was it gold stars? Yeah,
Yes,
gold
and
stars and trash flags.
trash
Yeah.
flags.
Well, I would give this 0 trash flags
0.
and all the gold stars.
Oh, 5 gold stars.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we don't even
Easy.
have to put a number. We just say no trash flags, all gold stars.
Oh yeah.
Right?
No notes, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no notes. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
All gold stars.
All
Yeah.
gold stars.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then on the scooter scare scale,
A
wait a minute. That's like the
scooter scares.
but it's this
Oh my God, we're doing this.
it's the scooter scare scale.
Now we're gonna rate this on a scale we like to call and that's the scooter scare scale.
2.
It's a 2. This has
This
been
is
great.
Okay, jinx. Honestly.
But it has been.
Yeah.
Our first in-person pod
Wow.
in the new stewed. Thank you for being here.
Hey,
Thanks for
thank
watching.
you for being
Hey,
here.
thank you for allowing me to be
Oh,
here.
please.
You're such a gracious host.
Only to those that I want to be a gracious host to.
I'm
Everyone else is
projecting.
getting the cordyceps treatment.
Yikes. I like it.
That's so stupid.
Well, so this has been Damn Fine TV, as you know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching.
Okay.
I assume we'll be back soon because it's very easy to schedule recordings now.
Believe it or not,
It's
when
not
you're in
easy
the
to
same
set up for the
house.
recording, but it's easy
Um,
to schedule.
well,
It'll be easier now.
the first time,
Yeah.
and we did it.
I think we got over the kinks. Maybe we'll do different camera angles. I don't know. We're gonna have to see how this goes. Hopefully it all turned out well. Thanks for bearing with us if it was subpar. I
If
don't
it
know.
was
I
not
doubt it.
well,
Kind of doubt it.
I don't see any universe where that's applicable.
There's something usable here,
Yeah.
even if it's just the scooter scale.
Even if that's
It's just the
the
only
only
thing
thing
that
in the
makes
video.
sense.
I love that.
Yeah.
Actually.
We give it a 2.
See you.
Done. Okay. Well,
Goodbye.
goodbye.